You are in control of your life. Things don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You will never have it all figured out. Life is fun. We're experiencing this thing one time, and it's kind of like, okay, if you don't get something right, it's okay. It's just so important to realize that perfectionism, procrastination, and fear are all interconnected. Welcome. I'm Amina. Thank you for coming to my channel. For everyone else, hey, how you doing? Welcome back. Being a perfectionist means you set incredibly high standards for yourself, like stomach hurting anxiety when it comes to doing a task. That leads to procrastination. You kind of have like an all or nothing attitude towards life, relationships, friendships. It also hinders your personal growth. When you're a perfectionist, or you just have to have things a specific way, you may say no to opportunities. Aren't you tired of just missing out on opportunities and feeling like you should have done something? No one likes a should have, could have, would have situation. You could just have started a small business. You have a bachelor's, you're getting your master's, whatever the accolades are, you are just never satisfied. You always find something to criticize. Like, you can have 100 people in a room like, yes girl, that video, or yes, that essay, or that presentation at work was amazing. You basically look for the little things to point out. The color of your PowerPoint wasn't correct, or you forgot to say a specific sentence. I personally believe that perfectionism stems from our childhood. It stems from the people that we are around. It stems from comparison. It ties into social media. So getting back to where perfectionism comes from, or just the tendency to have everything all together at all times. I was given the opportunity to live in America by my parents. They're both immigrants, and I always felt this immense pressure to succeed, to be the best, because I had to make up for the opportunities that they did not have. It basically was a unspoken thing. Just in general, when it came to like my grades, let's say I got a B, it's like, why didn't you get an A? Or I wanted to pursue a specific career path, and it was like, no, you need to be a lawyer, be a doctor, be something within the realms that will afford you financial stability and career stability. I don't feel like I am anywhere close to the life that I want, but in the past year, you all have followed my journey to a certain extent. I've posted, I moved out of state, changed jobs, started taking courses, started reading books, just completely making a 180 to becoming the person I really want to be. I started a YouTube channel. I started to post more on social media, and the inconsistency comes from the perfectionism aspect of things. Like, I feel like things have to be a specific way. I have to have the latest camera and equipment, and the reality is I don't. But it's just like, damn, this stuff is deep rooted. I know y'all can understand when it comes to like literally hearing your parents' voice, or the voice of your caretakers in your ear. Like, they're not there now. Like, we're of age to where we can create the life that we want. We can change these tendencies. And it's just so important to realize like we're being overcritical, where the perfectionism aspect of things come from. I personally believe perfectionism is the reason why I did not move out of state, is the reason why I didn't pursue my dream. We are exactly where we're supposed to be, so I have no regrets. But if you're someone that's in, let's say, your early 20s, your mid 20s, take advantage of trying different things. Your first video, your first presentation, your first position at your job, whatever the case is, it's not going to be perfect. But you have to turn your perfectionism journey into a self-growth journey. How can I improve 1% every day? Perfectionism can come from societal pressures too. So what we're seeing in the media, what we see our friends doing, what we see our classmates, co-workers doing. I gave the example of like the PowerPoint, or just in general, relationships. You feel like your relationship isn't perfect because, I don't know, your friend or associate is married, has kids, just bought a house, but you and your partner, you just purchased your house. So you feel like, oh, I'm not up here The thing is, we need to realize that we have control over everything in our life, start to finish. If you are an adult, I'm talking about over the age of 18, baby, you are in control of your life. Things don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. You will never have it all figured out. So it's just so important to realize that perfectionism, procrastination, and fear are all interconnected. And where you start is basically just saying, you know what? I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to try something. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be bold, because I feel like so much of us are sitting on our potential and we're waiting on the approval or the go ahead from people around us who are not doing what we want to do. If you like videos like this, I make videos on my channel talking all about adulting, self-improvement, spirituality, and we sprinkle a little bit of lifestyle in there. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any commentary or any advice that you can give to someone when it comes to overcoming perfectionism, go ahead and leave it down below. I'll make sure to insert it in my next video. Alrighty, let's get back to the video. There are a few ways in which we can stop perfectionism. Remember that nothing happens overnight. We really have to deconstruct in order to put ourselves back together. And the only way you're going to get to the other side is if you're willing to tackle small tidbits, and perfectionism is one of them. Practice self-compassion. Having compassion for yourself is harder than it sounds. Trust me, my internal talk can get crazy. I feel like I have a really good gauge when it comes to being self-aware. 9 times out of 10, if I did or said something wrong, I know it, I feel it automatically, and I have beat myself up 10 times more than someone else would beat me up. You have to remember that you are human and you make mistakes. It doesn't matter who's around you, it doesn't matter who has an opinion. In general, we're all human. Our all stinks. Like, try to be kind, try to be gentle with yourself. So embrace the learning opportunities in all situations, good and bad. Now listen, I've come to realize that the only way I can grow and heal from things is if I'm like, okay, bet that happened. Okay, cool. I worked there. Okay, cool. I was involved with this person. This happened. Like, you have to literally pull learning lessons out of everything. You realize like, hey, I didn't advocate for myself there, or hey, I didn't negotiate the best, or whatever the case is. Like, it's okay to be like, yeah, that happened, but how can I learn and how can I be better from whatever the situation is? The next note that I have is to set realistic goals, celebrate your progress, and most importantly, shift your focus from perfection to personal growth. When it comes to getting anything done, and I just said goals because I feel like I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about career, I'm talking about just personal life, relationships, anything. Be happy and kind of like celebrate yourself every step of the way in whatever the hell it is that you're trying to change. I feel like we don't celebrate ourselves enough. We feel like a celebration has to be when you get married, when you have a child, when you've completed a degree, when you've received a promotion. Like, literally those are the only things. We don't celebrate the fact that we got out of bed when we felt like one day. Shifting your focus from a perfectionist mindset to a personal growth mindset, meaning you're literally learning as you go. So think about it like this. Progress beats perfection every single time. We're going to learn to challenge ourselves. We're going to remove negative self-talk, and we're going to embrace a growth mindset. So instead of saying like, oh, this should be perfect, or it must be perfect, or I have to get this right, think about it in terms of, I am capable of improvement. I'm going to do my very best at this moment, and I can always improve at any other time. And I know it's difficult. It's difficult as hell when you have presentations that you're doing for work, or you're going into a job interview, or you're trying to post content, and it's just like, I need you to remember. I just need you to remember and internalize that, like, you're a human being. You can only do your best with the knowledge you have right now. And procrastinating, trying to learn more information or trying to do more research, that's not going to help, because then you're either going to be late, you're not going to put out any work, any creativeness at all, or you are going to be nervous or anxious. I think affirmations to replace thoughts. I am capable of improvement. I am learning. I am growing. I am enjoying the journey of growth. I am enjoying the journey of self-improvement. I am strong. I am articulate. I am intelligent. Boost up them affirmations. Get them affirmations correct, because it's really what's going to help you in the long run. Like, we're always going to have challenges. Another thing I wrote down is to remember that life is fun, okay? I'm playing a game, I'm beating my own high score. You're playing a game, you're basically beating your own high score. Like, have fun. Don't over criticize yourself. Don't pick yourself apart. Like, life is fun. We're experiencing this thing one time, and it's kind of like, okay, if you don't get something right, it's okay. Surround yourself with supportive and understanding people who appreciate your efforts, who appreciate you, rather than basically tear you apart. And it comes back to what I talked about earlier. Parents, siblings, friends. It's time for you to get new friends. It's time for you to change your environments, to set boundaries. As you're on your journey of self-improvement, you start to realize the people that are beneficial for your growth, for your success, the people that crippled you and enabled you. And it's kind of like, I always believe that people have the best intentions. They do the best with the knowledge that they have at this time, just like I am sharing this with you right now. This is a knowledge, this is an experience that I have at this time, but it very well can change in the future. But in general, like, it's okay, but now I need to take care of myself. So surround yourself with good people. Self-care, taking time to do things that you want to do, makes such a huge difference. I understand that some of us are in school, some of us are starting new careers, some of us are parents, going to be a parent. Life be lifing, okay? I completely understand. You cannot be good to anyone unless you're good to yourself. Make yourself a priority. The last point that I have is to take healthy breaks and remember that your self-worth is not tied to perfectionism. Your self-worth is not connected to something you did not get right, type right, read right, say right, whatever the case is. All events are separate. Your self-worth is tied to how you feel about yourself. And you know, I have a lot of videos on my channel. We just talk about like habits, talk about self-improvement, and all of that other stuff that you definitely should check out. We're all on this journey together. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to chat with me one-on-one, I do have a service. I will link that down below, where basically you ask me a question and I give you the best advice that I can. I also do research for you. I drop links, podcasts, and we follow up. We go back and forth. So make sure to check that out. I also do have a relocation service where we help you to find your apartment or just create a relocation plan. I also have a free abundance mindset guide. Are you living in an abundant mindset? Are you living in a lack mindset? Differentiating between those things can help you start to shift your mindset. With a mind that is open to receiving, you can become closer to being the best version of yourself. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're a vibe over here. Yeah, just thank you so much for the support on everything. My channel is almost at 1K. I know, just 1K. We're a baby channel, but we're growing. Make sure to comment down below some things that have helped you through being a perfectionist or just helping you improve yourself overall. I will share it in my next video.